Okay, let's try this better. Can't see what I'm doing. Get this here. Put this right here like this. Hopefully it don't fall down. Alright there. Hey Google, set a timer for 25 minutes.
Okay, 25 minutes. And that's starting now.
Life lessons. This is the Sullivan Project podcast. And I'm your host, Harold Sullivan. Had some trouble getting the last episode up 3 or 4 times, but I finally got it up there with Randy. Check it out, Randy to the rescue. Hopefully I got this set up good. Let me try to touch. Oh, I gotta move it closer. There I go. Okay. Hopefully that's good. If it's not, but yeah, we got that up there now. We got this one going. Some other news. I got a new trailer with the Crypt Keeper, John Kassir, just in time for Halloween. So check that out. Uh, Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube. Harold Harold Sullivan 78 on TikTok, and Harold Sullivan period 35 on Facebook. That's Harold Sullivan dot 35 on Facebook. And I'm trying to get some more guests. Got a couple other interviews coming up. Some will be audio, some will be video and audio. Still trying to figure out how to do this camera by myself. I'm blind. I went blind over a little over a year ago, and I was born disabled, been in a wheelchair since I was a child, and I'm just trying to figure this out now. So send some energy out to Lisa from my World Psychic because she's sick again. Maybe has the COVID again several times now. So she's got problems too. We all have, we all have a story, and you can't judge a book by its cover. That's my whole thing. And if you want to be a guest, message me. Let me know. Subscribe, please. Share this message. I want to get out my story and everybody else's story and how people got through things. And if you've been close to death, or just if you just want to talk, everybody needs somebody. Nobody should feel alone or a freak or this or that or whatever. If you've been beat down, be the light, and everybody is the light. So I'm going to talk about some nice stuff this week here. Let's see what we got here. I took some messages. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, life through people. Second, fan films.
Okay.
Third, weed scams.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, I've lived through being empathic. That means empathic people have holes like sponges in their aura, so they soak up easier and they let out energy easier. And it's hard to even have know what your feelings are, what other people's are, and you affect them, they affect you, and just if you don't know what that is, you collect that and keep that. And I've lived, again, being disabled, I've lived a lot through other people, what they've experienced, how they've felt, just watching them before I could, now it's hearing and everything and feeling, but before when I could see, just watching people have fun or just the emotions, like I couldn't do a lot of things, so I would live through people. And a lot of my good times I had through people. Speaking of good times, I just started talking to someone again that I hadn't talked to for years because I'm going, again, I'm going back and doing stuff and the work and trying to find people that were good to me. And hey, I'm sorry, whatever happened or this and that, and just to clear things or clean things. And this right here wasn't even nothing happened. It's just a person that I kind of just I pulled away from because I used to tend to do that. Now I recognize it. And I used to pull away and be alone when I had problems, and I didn't want to involve people, or I didn't want to burden other people with my crap. But when people care about you, it's not a burden. So I'm realizing that, and I got a hold of this person I've been trying for months. I knew their last area, and finally got a hold of them and just told them, hey, it wasn't you. It's just I had a lot of problems, and now I went blind, and I've been trying to get a hold of them because they were a good friend to me, and they never took nothing from me, never wanted nothing, and they always treated me well. And I've only had a few people ever like that in my life, and I remember them. And some have passed away. And when I was younger, I had one or two friends in school, uh, and I thought I had other friends, but I realized they were just using me for things like maybe paying medications, or they thought I had money, or even caregivers in the past I was stolen from, and even family members, and it's like, how do you know, when someone likes you or wants you for you? That's a very hard thing. So, weed scams, yeah, oh yeah, doing the pot. I mean, first of all, now you got to worry about that stuff that's in them patches. What's it called? They put in there now. Methanol, methanol or something. Yeah, killing people. Now, back whenever I used to get it on the street and that a long time ago, when I used to do it recreationally, I did a few of them cartridges and it almost made me sick. I was getting them off someone. They were selling them cheaper before they had the program and all that, where you could get the medical card. And I almost got sick buying them. And then I was like, it ain't worth it. I could have died just to spend a little less money. So you got to watch out. That stuff is not real. Go to the dispensary or your medical marijuana place and get the real stuff. And I even had stuff before. I've even had people sell me catnip or whatever plants in the past when I had sight before I learned to smell it and all that other stuff, just to rip you off. They'll scam you. Now it's CBD, smells like it, looks like weed, and they can sell you that and tell you, and it ain't gonna do anything. You know, you might get a sugar rush, like a little bit of a rush, but they scam. They put stuff on it, and people, you could die from that stuff. So there's even websites that sell stuff that looks like fake weed, so you could scam people that way. I mean, this is ridiculous. Scam, scam, scam. I guess you can consider that catfishing, but it's scamming. Stuff pretending, or stuff that's not what it's supposed to be. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, life through people.
Hey Google,
Second,
delete the
fan.
first one.
Okay, it's canceled.
What? Hey, what did you cancel? Hey Google, set timer for 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes.
I think
Starting
it canceled
now.
it. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, life through people.
Hey Google,
Second, fan.
delete the first one.
No problem. Consider it canceled.
See, it's not listening to me. Hey Google, set timer for 20 minutes.
Alright, 20 minutes. And
Wow.
that's starting now.
Okay, so fan films. I'll try to do it this way. Fan films. Here's some good fan films from the past. Some of my favorite ones. Uh, Most of them are not up to date, but they're still good though. You know what I mean? But the newest one is actually Friday. One of the newest ones is called Friday the 13th. Never Hike Alone. And I don't want to ruin the premise, but it's really good. They have some good effects, and they actually have one of the stars from Friday the 13th show up in the fan film. So check that out. This is years ago. It was online. There's actually a couple by a company called Braxton Films that I remember. One of the first ones they did was called Freddy versus Ghostbusters, or Ghostbusters versus Freddy. It was neat, you know, and it was cool, kind of corny, but and then they did Return of the Ghostbusters, which was really good. It was a full length movie with effects just like out of the movies, and it was before they even started coming out with the Ghostbusters with the female cast or the new Ghostbusters, and they did other films too. And then even before that, there was a Friday the 13th Legends film. There was a Batman versus Predator, which seems silly, but it was actually a good fan film. And then there was a trailer for Justice League of America years ago that had a couple of Hollywood actors actually in it. So check out those old fan films. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, life through people. Second, fan
Hey
films.
Google, delete number
Third,
one.
no problem. It's canceled.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, life through people. Second,
Hey
fan
Google,
films.
delete the first one.
Done. it's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, fan films. Second, weed scams. Third, I want you to remember my weakness is my strength.
Okay. Yeah, my weakness is my strength. That's something that came to me recently. Hey Google, delete the first one.
Done. It's
It's a
forgotten.
little prophecy. It's one of these things that's been coming to me. I want to share it with the world. My weakness is my strength. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, weed scams. Second, I want you to remember my weakness is my strength. Third, essential.
Okay, and then Earth's Essential Oils is the name of that website I mentioned on the last podcast. Yeah, Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube. I appreciate subscribe and share this, please. Harold Sullivan 78 on TikTok, and then Harold Sullivan period 35 on Facebook. I'm putting the stuff on all there. I'm going to try to have some more interviews for the podcast. I'm trying to make some essential oils, mixing them together now, and some crystals and stuff. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, weed scams.
Hey Google,
Second,
delete
I
the
want
first one.
done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, I want you to remember my weakness is my strength. Second, essential. Third, how can I play greater so I can help the gray bar?
Okay, yes. How can I be greater so I can help the greater? Or be greater to help the greater? That's something else that came to me recently. Hey Google, delete the first one.
Done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, essential.
Hey
Second,
Google, delete
how
the
can I
first one.
done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, how can I play greater so I can help the gray bar? Second, kidney stones. Third, bladder Winchester's quantum link Romans.
Okay. So yeah, the bladder and the kidney stone I've had since I was young, and they keep bothering me too. Since I was 16 is when I discovered that. And no matter what I drink or eat or whatever, I still have to go to the bathroom a lot. And when I went like 10, 12 years ago, they said I have overactive nerves. They could give me a pill for that. Because when I feel like I have to go, I feel like I have to go urgently. When I have to, like it's been holding for days, you know, like I've been holding for days. So I just deal with it. I mean, what else are you gonna do? So yeah, recently, Quantum Leap. I'm still doing those shows. They're going good. They got a couple other plots. No spoilers here, going. So it's making the show better. But like I said, we're all looking for Sam Beckett. When they gonna get him? When they gonna find him? Uh, Chucky, I quit kind of like I just got done with that. The challenge is going good. Oh, Celebrity Real Life, or Real Life, Surreal Life it's called. Surreal Life from VH1 is back with new cast: Dennis Rodman, Frankie Muniz, a couple other people. Very good. Check that out. So that's coming out. It'll be on. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, how can I play greater so I can help the gray bar?
Hey Google, delete the first one.
Done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, kidney stones.
Hey
Second,
Google,
bladder
delete the
Winch.
first one.
Done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, bladder Winchester's quantum link Romans. Second, the word Walmart mom catches.
Hey
Third,
Google,
blood link.
stop. Okay, the Winchesters. Yes, the supernatural. Finally, the sequel or prequel, I should say, is out now, and first couple episodes are decent. So check it out. Uh, that was one of my favorite shows, 15 years. So also, I want to mention a couple other things here before we go. I did get caught stealing at Walmart when I was young. I want to get that out there. Who had or not that that's a good thing, but a lot of people have stolen. So that's one normal thing I did. It was basketball cards, like in a pack, like baseball cards. And Dan had, that's on my podcast. Dan had done that stuff when he was younger, and I kind of just did it a couple times. And then when I was 16, and they said you can't come back in here until you're 18 unless you got an adult with you. And I had the money to pay for them, but they just kind of told me to come with them to this room, and my dad had took me up there. So that was the most That was what was disappointing. And he didn't say nothing to me. He didn't have to. You know, he rode me up there. That was on our visit at the week for the week, and I stole some cards, and he just didn't have to say nothing. I was disappointed, and I didn't do it anymore. I quit stealing, and that was that. I learned my lesson. It was scary. That was stupid. But when you do stuff like that, it's like an adrenaline. Yeah, when you're young and you're like, oh, I got a pack of cards, a couple packs of cards. You know, but I had the money. I was just being dumb. That's not good. And then also, a couple of times I fell before. I didn't mention. Let's see here. Once my mom caught me when I was young, probably 10, 11 years old. She was carrying me down to the bus stop, or out to the bus out front, and they had my wheelchair in there. And she slipped on ice and fell, and my head almost, like she caught me, so my head didn't hit the cement. So that's another time I remember I almost was close to death. And then a couple of years later, we had a ceiling fan that literally came down. My stepdad had put it up. This was before my mom started dating him and married him. And he was on crack, you know, and this and that, and that's a whole other thing. But God bless him, and he's passed away recently. So, uh, and he's the ceiling fan came down and was like Zeus, Zeus. She grabbed me and like you know picked me up and it barely missed us and it crashed on the ground right next to us in glass. So that's another time I was close to death. You never know, you know what I mean? So do what you can while you're here, but don't be stupid about it. Enjoy your life. Tell people you love them when you have a chance. You know what I mean? And remember to be the light. And love is a choice, and so is to hate.